What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at David Beckham's special Beckham card. It is an 86, and obviously we'd still have the base, mid and prime, and I'm assuming prime moment Beckham in the game and coming into the game with the prime moment. This one is basically a free card. It's to celebrate basically Beckham coming into the game, and everybody who I believe played a game of FIFA from like December to January the 15th, so you've still got time to get a free Beckham. 86 rated. He's not the greatest. Obviously, they're not going to give you this insane Beckham because then there'd be no point in the icons. It's a cool Real Madrid card, something different, something that we've never seen before. And I think the one thing that I always say, never complain at a free card. Even if you think he is just fodder or you just like him as in your club. Personally, I'm not going to get rid of this card. He is like a one-of-a-kind special item. They probably won't do anything like this again for obviously just Beckham. They may do it again for other people if they can get the rights to obviously their teams and all of that good stuff. Let me know down below what you think. Where are you putting Beckham? Is he starter, sub, reserve, club, or fodder? Let me know down below. That's going to be the question of today. Let's get into Beckham's review. So if we are to look at David Beckham's card, 3-star, not amazing. And the one thing you've got to remember with this card, and remember with Beckham in general, he is from an era of completely different sort of traits, and I think for me Beckham would never really translate into FIFA very well. He wasn't necessarily the quickest on the pitch. He wasn't like the most dangerous striker. He was great at passing, very much like a Scholes, a Lampard, a Gerrard, cracking passing. Dribbling wise, didn't really do too many skills. He could dribble a little bit, he could go down the wing, but that was about it. That is not enough for me to translate into FIFA. We look at someone like a Neymar. He's got the pace, he's got a decent shot on him, lovely dribbling. Obviously strength is a little bit lacking, and then passing's decent. That's what translates well into FIFA. Someone who's quick, got a good shot, and can dribble like anybody. That's what you personally want in your team. Beckham for me would have been incredible back in like FIFA 10 days, where there weren't as many specials. You can kind of get away with a little bit, not even a little bit of a lower rated card, but somebody who necessarily isn't overtly meta at all. With Beckham, I think what you've got to remember with him, you've just got to have fun with him. That is pretty much it. He is La Liga. Obviously, English La Liga opens up some links. If you really wanted to do that, there is plenty of objectives and stuff like that that can be used for this card. I personally want to try him out in a weekend league, maybe as a sub. I probably wouldn't put him as my first team. Pace-wise is average. I'd say it's kind of like literally bang on average at 75. Shooting-wise is nice. It's probably just scraping above average. Passing's lovely. Passing is absolutely fantastic. There is nothing you need there. Great composure. Balance is nice. Agility, again 77. It's just turning over to that 80. Great reactions, ball control, and obviously dribbling is a little bit of hit and miss. Can feel a little bit blocky at times. Doesn't necessarily turn massively quick, overtly quickly, or you know what I mean. It doesn't turn very quick. Defending wise, average, complete average, probably nearly under to be honest. And then the physicality of him, good aggression, stamina's decent, strength again a little bit on the lower side, and he doesn't really jump. He was never really a massive header of the ball. In terms of the chemistry style, obviously people are going to have their different opinions on where they want him. I think for me, Beckham can't play on this right mid. He is not quick enough to go down that wing. You want him in banging centre. You want to play him like a centre mid. You could even play him as a cam. I think for me, in the middle is where he's at. It's because you don't necessarily need masses and masses amount of pace. The top chemistry style that people are using for him is a shadow. It turns him into like a perfect centre mid as such. Big defence increase, bit of pace increase, and then you kind of just deal with the rest. For me, because I want him more as like a cam sort of player, I'd go with a hunter. Gets the shooting up, gets 90 finishing, and then also still gets that 85 pace boost. Obviously then you're not really asking for more of a defensive side of him. You go in all out attack with him. And I think you could do either or. If you wanted him bang in the middle, I think that is a great position for him. I personally like to see a bit more of a cam for him because I want to see him score. I want to see David Beckham come up. It's very nostalgic for me. Obviously seeing Beckham from way way back when, and hopefully, I don't know, I don't think his generations will have him. I want to see with his icon that we'll have a look at the end of the review to see if all of the generations is there from when I actually knew Beckham in the game. But let's get into some gameplay and see what Beckham can do. So for Beckham, it was forced, I must admit. It was very, very forced. He did some good stuff, like here, lovely little kind of pass back. That's a natural goal in FIFA. You're not really going to try and take on a defender and then hope you can score if the pass is there. Beckham's there, it's a beautiful ball, but I feel like there was a lot of times where I'm just passing to him. I'm forcing it, completely forcing it, and it is a struggle. We get across the line, you're not really going to argue with that, but I was finding that it was getting harder and harder because people knew where he wanted to go. He's not necessarily this player that can take on a team. He's a pass and move kind of player, and I feel like if you was using him more naturally, not trying to get a review, he would feel better, because I don't feel like he's a player that really would score every single time but could assist every time, and sometimes that's not necessarily the greatest for reviews if I'm saying I'm passing constantly with Beckham to Mane and he's getting the goals, whereas this time I'm trying to show Beckham's kind of shooting, I'm showing his kind of all-round play and seeing what he can do. The one thing that I'm annoyed about is in game, where is the hair? He's got it on his Real Madrid card. I want to see some hair on him. Obviously, his icons have a full different range, and I'm interested to see what sort of prime moment he's got, because I feel like that one is going to be absolutely incredible. And I do want to try and do something with a Beckham, but I feel like for me, it's going to have to be his icon. I like his 86, but I feel like it lacks just that little bit of, I don't know what it is, it's just that little bit of end game polish, and I feel like his icons not necessarily will be much better, but I feel like they will have that, just that little bit more jazz about them, and obviously they do link to everybody then. And I would have liked to have done a series with Beckham. Maybe we try it with somebody else if we get coins, or we try it with somebody completely random, like a Road to Glory, but like a mini series with them. But let's get into the overall with Beckham then. So if we are looking at Beckham, as we can see on the overall, I do want to quickly check. I know the camera does shake when I do this. I do want to have a look and see if we can have a generations of him. That sucks, because he was obviously in the game way back when. It may have just been kind of like touching distance of like FIFA 10, 11, but obviously being brand new into the game, he is fresh in the game as such. But I'll have to try and figure that one out and see if I can do that like on Instagram. So go down below, go follow the Instagram, and I'll see if I can find a kind of like generations of Beckham. But as you can see, these are obviously his icons, all for some reason. I think this one's at 2 mil. Yeah, 2 mil maxed out. Now I don't even know which one I'd want to go for. I feel like his prime may be the shout. His base is nice being a centre mid, but I feel like his prime is probably the best shout, and then we'll see what his prime moment has to say. I think in February that comes out, but obviously we are looking at the Beckham special, so it's very interesting to see this card. Obviously the card design, love it. The Predator pack opening, fantastic. Really enjoyed the kind of speculation of actually getting this card, to actually getting him just randomly at kind of like 1 o'clock in the morning, but incredible. I love free cards, and I think this one, it's a very nostalgic player for a lot of people who grew up with Beckham, played with Beckham on FIFA. It's the same as playing with like someone like a Maradona or a Ronaldinho in the game. In fact, Kaká, Ronaldinho, all of them back in FIFA 09, FIFA 10. It's like that. Beckham coming back into the game is absolutely phenomenal, and I cannot wait to try and get my hands on a prime moment Beckham and bring you a review. But in terms of overall, I have given him a 7.5. I feel like I'm being a bit generous as well, because if you do add the Hunter, which is personally what I like to use, he's got good stats. Not the greatest in terms of the freestar. Obviously medium, right-footed, 6 foot. Feels a bit blocky. Can shoot. He's not a bad shooter, but I wouldn't say he's massively clinical. I don't think, did he have any trades? Can't remember. Oh, he does have some traits. Finesse shot, early crosser, and outside of the foot shot. I suppose that's not bad. That kind of gives him a little bit of a leeway there. But I think for me, passing's nice, dribbling's okay at best, shooting's decent, pace is a bit poor, physicality, is it existent? I'll let you be the judge. But like I say, let me know down below what you think of Beckham. Is he starter, sub, reserve, club collection, or fodder? Let me know down below. Make sure you subscribe for more. I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.